I mean, at the end when like the 7 Shenron dragon things are beaten and he just leaves again for no reason. Again, Dragon Ball doesn't hold up entirely.
But that Bulma's panties wish, though.
Yeah, that was good. Stuff like that was good. I mean, let's be honest, this was meant for...
to be fair, Akira Toriyama didn't want Dragon Ball Z.
No.
So, the fact that fucking Oolong's wish for Bulma's panties would have been the last wish on the Dragon Balls is fantastic.
Yeah. Well, because apparently, if I'm correct, his big thing was he never thought it was going to last as long as it did. His goal was just keep writing as long as they would pay him. Which, to be fair, that's kind of the mentality most American comic writers have. And that's kind of what you need on the one hand. And again, Dragon Ball was meant more to be fantasy comedy than anything else. So, of course, then when you get into Z and more emphasis is put on the action, but there's so much filler that a lot of comedy gets through. And I don't see what people's... Because I think the problem with Kai... Well, there were 2 things that really bothered people with Kai. Actually, 3. And the first thing only affects Americans. The first thing was, A, they put it on Nicktoons Network and we're doing all the censorship. Then they put it on Vortex and we're doing even more censorship.
Well, actually, no. They put it on Nicktoons, which is where I first watched it.
Yeah.
And then they were like, man, we're going to put it on... We're going to start from the beginning and put it on Vortex. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm still going to watch it on Nicktoons.
Yeah.
And then, 3 is what?
Well, no, that was just one, just like the American thing. Thing 2 was that there was no filler, because the DBZ filler was funny. It was enjoyable. And
what was the filler?
Well, like, they did that whole filler arc, like, there were dozens of episodes just, like, watching Gohan train with Piccolo the first time. Then there were a lot of episodes in between, like, Cell and the 3-year training period. There was a whole filler season there. And then there was a lot of filler stuff with Gohan in high school. And it's like, filler is fine when there's nothing going on. Like, one of the biggest problems, like, that Bleach had was that they would just stop halfway through a fight and then start doing the filler arc. But here, it's like, it's okay. You want to be around these characters. They're fun. They're enjoyable. Like, look, no one can deny the world of DBZ is incredibly enjoyable to be in. Although, granted, apparently small children can get godlike powers to destroy you. Yeah. That's another thing. You ever notice that every power level they built up to always just became irrelevant the next arc?
Because power levels were a joke.
Well, what I mean by that is like...
Because like, power levels were only good for the first season.
Yeah.
But even then, they were like, oh man, his power level's growing, blah, 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 boom.
It's over 9,000!
Well, yeah, but... Because, like, that was a joke that Toriyama I think it was Toriyama that came out, was like, power levels aren't meant to be serious.
Yeah.
Because they can just suppress them whenever they want. So it's like, oh, okay.
Well, I think I also heard him say in another interview, sort of like the concept of it was the Saiyans, like Vegeta, and I forget the other guy's name. They had all, like...
Nappa?
Yeah. They had, like, lost their way. That's why they couldn't go Super Saiyan anymore, because they, lost purity or whatever. And, like, they believed everything was quantifiable, hence the power levels. The idea is that encountering Goku and the rest of the Earthlings sort of teaches them, no, there is more. And that's kind of what begins, like, Vegeta's redemption, or however you want to put it.
You know what I always want to learn? Like, so, when they wished back everyone with the Dragon Balls after the Saiyan fight, wouldn't that mean Nappa comes back? Because, and this is what Dragon Ball Z Abridged goes about, and they're like, okay, so they wish back everyone with the Dragon Balls. So, Nappa comes back because they wish back everyone that was killed by the Saiyans. And Vegeta killed Nappa.
Oh, damn it.
So therefore, Nappa should be alive still.
Akira Toriyama just looks at you like, dickhead, I never thought of that. No, but again, also, like, with the Dragon Ball thing, anyone can just come back, so it does kind of, like, the stakes don't feel important. Like, it was one thing with Piccolo dying, like, when the Saiyans killed him, because, okay, there go the Dragon Balls, and they didn't tell us about the Namekian Balls yet. But, like, I remember, and they were just airing it again on Saturday, when Yamcha dies...
Fuck Yamcha.
And who cares? They can just bring him back. Like, it sucks they lose a fighter and time's running out, but nothing can happen. And again, it was like I was saying, after a while, there's just no stakes in the Dragon Ball universe. And that's fine when you're keeping things all goofy and silly, but then when it's a serious moment, and I just kind of don't care. And I think that is what sort of killed it in the end. People just kind of, we grew up and we stopped caring. But that's what kind of makes it fun now, because we can look back at it and enjoy it. Like, my favorite scene in the whole franchise, and this is probably one of my favorite scenes in television history, is actually a serious scene. It's the scene when Gohan's fighting Cell, 16 tries to blow himself up, but it doesn't work, and 16 tells Gohan just to let it go and give in to his anger because it's the only thing to do, and Cell just kills him right then and there.
Yeah, crushes his head.
Yeah. It's like, it's a death scene that has weight because 16 can't come back because he's an android. And the whole thing just plays itself out very well done. And the score choice. I'm usually against changing things from the original, but this is one of the few exceptions where I think it worked out for the better. Like, I miss the...
No. Because that brings back my Nappa point, which is like, then they wish back everyone that Cell killed. And so, wait a minute. So they bring back everyone who Cell killed. Cell killed 16.
Yeah.
But 16 doesn't come back, yet Cell killed 18 and 17, but they come back.
Well, no, because 17 and 18 were originally people and turned into robots. They said that. So the idea was 16 was all android because he was supposed to search for Goku. And of course the irony is he's the only one that isn't, yet he has the most humanity. And that was the point. And that's a good enough point. I'll go with that. Although technically that wouldn't make them androids, they'd be cyborgs, but whatever. Android sounds scarier. What do you think of the movies?
Well, they're not really canon. It's kind of disappointing. Which, the first one was Broly. Which actually, when you think about it, they're supposed to take place between the fights of shit. So, when they go to New Planet Vegeta and Broly's that's happening while Cell is still wreaking havoc across the planet, which is fucking hilarious. So, okay. Then the second movie was...
Well, I mean, there's been a ton of these things.
Yeah, so it's hard to remember. But, I like the movies. They're fun.
Yeah. I mean, that's the ultimate thing you can sum up with the Dragon Ball franchise. It's meant to be fun. Except GT. GT is just meant to market the shit out of things.
Yeah. I kind of didn't like how, pretty much as soon as Goku became a Super Saiyan, Vegeta became a Super Saiyan, Trunks just shows up and he's a Super Saiyan, and then Goten and Trunks become Super Saiyans.
Like, I'll go along with Gohan because they built up his inner power and shit, but it's just like once everyone starts becoming it, and then that
just defeats the purpose.
Yeah. And then that fucking final movie they did where it was like 100 years later, and Goku Jr. or something can go Super Saiyan, and he, in theory, probably has less than 10% Saiyan DNA.
Oh yeah, the one where fucking, like, what's her name?
Pam is
Pan.
How old was Pam supposed to be in
Her name is Pan.
Whatever. How old was she supposed to be?
She's supposed to be like 10, I think?
Okay, because she sure as hell didn't look like a 10-year-old.
Maybe in her, like, early teenage years, maybe like 13.
Well, they never really say how much time passes between Z and GT. They say between Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z it's about 5 years.
I also like how, like, in the last movie, Battle of the Gods, it's like the way Goku becomes a god, godly power is fucking Trunks, Goten, Gohan, Vegeta, and then Videl carrying Pan brings the 5 all together. So it's like, Pan can't turn... Well, we don't know it yet, but... Well, they haven't acknowledged it, but how can Pan go Super Saiyan, or if anything like that? So it's like, oh, okay.
You know, Pam is technically the only good female character in the whole franchise. Because Bulma and Chi-Chi are just stereotypes.
But Android 18.
Yeah, that's even worse. I don't know why, the one that always captured my heart was Chi-Chi. That was one move. For the first half.
Oh, God.
Once her hair was in, like, complete bun, I'm like, I'm out. Later. I'm done. Sleep. So anything else you want to say, or can we wrap up this retrospective here?
If you could be a Dragon Ball character, who'd you be?
If I could be anyone, I'm gonna go with Goten. Think about it. He gets to have the least amount of drama, yet does the most action-packed stuff because of it. What about you?
Probably adult Trunks.
Mm.
See, this was a question me and my friends used to ask a lot, is like, who would you be in the Dragon Ball universe?
A lot of
and
people.
one of my friends, which I understood why he said it, he was like, I want to be Krillin. And everyone was like, why the fuck do you want to be Krillin? And he was like, well, let's count the ways. 1, I get to be stronger than Goku for a little while. 2, sure I get blown up a lot, but 3, I get Android 18. So, fuck you.
Yeah. In a related note, how does that chick end up with, like, a bald midget?
I don't know. Well, he grows hair.
Yeah. After, like, forever. Probably just to make it seem less insulting that she ends up with him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Again, it is sweet in its own weird way.
Mm-hmm.
Vegeta and Bulma always felt random.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, okay, we want to make Vegeta a good guy now, so he's just going to end up with the first girl.
Yeah.
All that was... The thing about the age is up, because obviously Vegeta's a lot older than Goku, so it all works out in its end. And look, for all the BSing, for all the complaints, Dragon Ball is one of the most important, I'm going to take it further than anime, one of the most important TV shows of the 20th century.
Mm.
It had such a big impact for our generation. It brought anime to the mainstream for a little while, and even though it left some negative imprints on the older generation, like it or not, it's affected us, and it's not going away. And it doesn't need to. Like all great franchises, they will milk it till the end of time.
Yeah.
And any last thoughts?
No.
Okay. So, this has been me, Kevin, and...
Unknown Knight.
Right, and remember, in the comments section below, give us your fond Dragon Ball memories, and as always...
Wait, we never rated it.
Okay, give your rating.
I don't know. What's your rating?
I'm not gonna rate it. It's fucking Dragon Ball. How do you
Fine!
Rate, how do you rate Dragon Ball? It'll be like, how do you rate The Wheel?
Well, it depends on